What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys had an awesome week. Today I want to talk about a few things I wish I knew before I started riding motorcycles. Now if you're new to this channel, I'm SYOTOS and I want to take this opportunity to thank all the new subscribers who joined this channel over the past week. I appreciate you guys' support, and if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button now, support this channel, become part of this community. I love meeting new people, I love reading your comments and getting your views on the content you want to see me create. Now, probably the most important piece of equipment you'll ever have is your helmet. Don't go splash out thousands of dollars on motorcycle jackets, boots, gloves. Well, if you can afford it, go for it. But if you're gonna spend any money, spend it on a good helmet. Now, I'm not the judge, I'm simply a biker. I'm just happy to see a helmet on someone's head. Be that a half helmet, 3/4 or a full face helmet. Obviously the full face helmet will be a safer option, even though it wouldn't provide the same aesthetic as a half helmet. But personally, I'd rather be safe than look cool. Now when you go to buy your helmet, any shop worth its salt will have someone on staff who's trained in fitting a helmet correctly. So if you're going to spend any money, spend it on a good helmet that fits your head correctly. The importance of wearing earplugs. Now, when you start out riding, this is another thing no one ever tells you, how important it is to wear earplugs. Now, even though your engine can be loud and make a lot of noise, it's mostly the wind noise in your helmet that causes hearing loss. Now, if you've ever experienced that ringing sound in your ears after going for a ride, that ringing is also known as tinnitus, which is a common form of hearing damage. It's probably the least expensive piece of protective equipment you'll buy, and it's worth it in the long run, guys. Protect your ears, buy those earplugs, wear them when you're out riding. Number 3, it happens. Now I don't care if you're the most experienced rider in the world or just starting out, you will make mistakes. At some point you probably will drop your bike, you will go into a corner too hot and run wide. Everyone experiences those scares from time to time. Most important thing is to get back on that bike, keep riding, learn from your mistakes, don't dwell on them. It will only make you a better and safer rider. Number 4, pay attention to your tires. Now your tires are probably the most important part of your bike. That is what will make your bike stick to the tarmac. Always make sure you're running them at the correct PSI. Now, I'm not talking about the PSI that's stamped on the sidewall of the tire. Always refer to a user manual and ensure the tires are always properly inflated. Now be mindful that the tires on your bike will not last as long as the tires on your car. And when it's time to replace your tires, always make sure you buy the best tire you can afford. Tires are the one thing you don't want to skimp on when it comes to replacing, so always buy the best tire you can afford. Number 5, and I learned this very quickly when I started out riding, don't ride with dangerous riders. Now you will always have those cowboys on the road who's out to prove a point, who's trying to show off and do some stupid shit. So be very selective who you ride with. Ride with responsible riders who can guide you and show you the finer tips without being a clown, without putting you or themselves in danger. Number 6, being nervous is normal. Now, I've been riding for 16 years guys, and occasionally, I'll be honest, I still get nervous, I still get a bit of anxiety when I go out riding. It is totally normal. Now, you'll meet a lot of guys along the way who'll tell you they never get nervous, they never experience any anxiety. I can tell you now, they are full of shit. I can tell you guys, as you gain more experience on your bike, as you become more confident and comfortable on your bike, your anxiety levels will drop, you will become less nervous, so don't worry about it too much. Being nervous is totally normal. Embrace it, use it, learn to love it. Being scared means you care, which means you'll be a safer rider, you won't take unnecessary risks, and I can promise you it will get easier, you will feel less anxiety as time goes on. So we finally made it to Napier guys, beautiful out here. The weather's not the best, but still an awesome ride out. So before we head home, we're gonna have something to eat, stretch the legs a little, and then head back off towards Taupo. We've had a good rest, had a good meal, and it's time to head back home. Now, I'll just say the seat on the Street 500 is not the best in the world guys. I could ride for maybe an hour, hour and a half before my butt is numb. So if you own a Street 500, if you plan on taking on the open road, cruising those miles, I highly recommend you change up that seat and find something more comfortable, because this is not it. Yeah, that weather's not looking all that flash. We might get rained on the way home. Let's see what happens. On to number 7. The wind will smash you. Now if you've ever driven your car and stuck your hand out the window, think about that force that hits your arm, that pushes your arm back. Now that's the same force that hits your whole body when you're out riding. Now you never hear anyone talk about how bad that wind is when you first start out riding, but I can tell you now it's scary as hell, because you never expect it to be that bad. So yeah, it's scary when you start out, but after you gain more confidence and more experience riding in the wind, you do get used to it, and after a few months you won't even notice it anymore. Number 8. Hide a spare key on your bike. Now it's a good idea to have 2 spare keys, leave one safely at home and hide the second one somewhere on your bike. If your only spare key is sitting at home, that can't help you when you're hundreds and hundreds of miles away from home. Nothing will ruin your day like being far away from home and losing the key to your bike. Now here's a little bonus tip no one told me when I started riding. When you fill up your bike with gas, pump slowly. If you pump it like you would pump your car at full blast, you'll get spit back, you'll get gas all over your tank, and it'll mess up all the time you spend washing and polishing that beautiful paint job. Okay, the bikes are fueled up and this should be the last gas stop before we reach home. Now the gas tank on my Street 500 is only 13.1 or 30.2 liters, which gives me a range of 300 kilometers. Harley Davidson claims that they have a range of 364 kilometers, but I've never gotten that far on a tank of gas. Number 9. Not all advice is good advice. Now when you first start out riding, keep in mind that the tips and advice that other riders give you is usually based on how they ride and what they perceive to be good practice. Just because the rider is able to ride fast doesn't mean he knows what he's doing. There's a huge difference between speed and skill. They are not the same thing. So do your own research, do your homework before you take advice from anyone. Now I'd like to think that everyone who's offering you tips and advice on your riding journey does so with the best of intentions. But like I said guys, not all advice is good advice. The same goes for my videos. The fact that I've been riding for the past 16 years doesn't mean I have all the answers. I'm still learning, and every day is a learning experience. I'm constantly working on something new, trying to improve my riding to be a safer rider. So don't simply watch my videos guys, check out the other motovloggers. There's guys out there with a wealth of experience and heaps of knowledge. So the best advice I can give you, listen to every opinion, listen to every tip, any piece of advice, and don't try to mimic anyone else. Take bits and pieces from every rider and make it your own. Develop your own style, and at the end of the day, just follow your gut. Number 10, and this is probably the best and most important advice anyone's ever gonna give you. Remember to have fun. Never forget to have fun on your bikes guys. I know it's a lot of information, a lot of things to learn when you first start out, but never forget to have fun. Take things easy, and remember, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Keep your chin up, keep your eyes up, look through the corners, trust your bike, trust your gut instinct, and I promise you, riding will become second nature. Before we close out today's video, my post notification shout out goes to a man who's dear to my heart He's one of my closest friends, and he's the man who taught me how to ride all those years ago. Big shout out to you, Boats. Thank you for introducing me to this wonderful world of motorcycling. I'm sending you and your family all my love. I want to thank you all for watching. If you liked today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button now to become part of this awesome community. Thank you for watching. Thanks for joining me on this ride. Be safe out there. God bless, and I'll see you on the other side.